I don't know what the hell my opponent's gonna be thrown out, but that's boom! Everything dead on their side of the field! And now we let the buffs go in. The buffs go in. I don't 100% know what the hell's gonna come at me. Obviously, Sejuani could drop, which would be devastating.
We'll take what we want.
That's fine. I can kind of live with that. I'm thinking to myself, do I want to throw out the Shadow Assassin? But we'll throw this down. Hope that we get like Whimsy or something. Oh, I mean, to be fair, another one of these is very nice. And then we'll throw out the Ancestral Boons. Boom, baby! So that is +8. Like literally, because that's happening twice, we are giving everyone +8 in the deck. So prepare to be enlightened! Hello everyone, Gomez here for the LAN Up channel. Again, another deck for you today. This one, the Feel Enlightened deck, where the whole idea is about trying to get to enlightenment as quickly as possible through like stones. You've got the cold resistance and also catalyst to help you try and ramp yourself up and get to that point where basically you can throw Karma out and then throw Ancestral Boon to buff the deck. If Karma's there, that's doing that twice, so you're plusing everything +4 and 4/4, and just the idea of also using Winter's Breath with Karma. Now this is a bit of a silly deck, as you will see. Altogether, this is definitely nothing serious. It's just for a bit of fun and comedy while we're waiting for new cards and such. So as you can see in there, we've got things like Shed Spores, only like 1 copier, because once Karma levels, then you'll be able to use that if you hit into the core and then boom, draw 2 cards as well as doubling that buff. But also you could get that potential unit draw if you go in with a Shadow Assassin early or the Overwhelm unit or whatnot. It's obviously you play to your strengths. There is pack mentality to the idea is to combo that with Karma yet again to make that spell happen twice, but as I said, it's not something that's necessarily needed. Ritual as well, it's just really nice to draw, and healing the core is the reason why that's in here. And yeah, it's a bit of a silly deck. There's no actual removal in terms of Avalanche or Ice Shard or anything like that that might actually be a good idea. We do have Trundle in there as our regeneration unit who just keeps going forward. You could swap him for Braum, but I really like Trundle because he's actually got an attack stat, as well as the fact that his Ice Shard can start making things vulnerable as you're hitting in. But not only that, it's also his spell is nice. Like the 8-cost spell of taking everything down and doing 3 damage can actually end up being your removal spell to remove things from your opponent's side, as well as obviously that's 6 damage if Karma's out as well, in terms of, because it happens twice. So that's the reason why this deck is the way that it is. It's not the most legitimate deck, but it certainly is a fun deck, as you will see in the games that will be on the Food Hood-Hoos. Also, if you've got any comments, or if you've would you use this deck, let me know how it goes you down in the comment section down below, as well as the fact that obviously shameless plug time, Twitch, Twitter and Instagram. Some of these games were actually streamed live, some of them weren't, so if you want to come catch the action live, please feel free to on Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays and Thursdays. Links down below, as well as link to the Discord if you want to get in there, talk about deck creation, like if you've got any decks that you've got or whatnot, if you need help or whatnot, or just if you're new to the game and want some help, that is definitely a place to go to, as well as obviously the merchandise link is down below, all links down below, but do not feel forced into anything. If you enjoy yourself even part way through this video and want to see more, why not consider hitting that subscribe button and helping me out by to hit 5,000 subscribers by the end of the year. But do not feel forced into all these things. I say these are just the options that are available to you. But anyway, let's get in and see how this deck did in a couple of matchups. Azir Irelia, it's always hit, which admittedly our game plan is very late game and we don't really run any form of removal in terms of Avalanche or what's his face, Ice Shard. I feel like we might lose this one, but I'll be damned if I'm not going to try. I will always attempt the impossible and then get beaten the shit out of and then go, well, it was impossible, you know. Okay, so let's see how their curve goes, and hope that it goes terribly wrong for them. So we could at least throw down stones on 3 going into Trundle, so that's something. Of course the Deus comes out. Amadeus, Amadeus, Amadeus. We immediately go forward because, I guess I could wait because I do have a troll chart, but I'm just going to immediately go forward here. plan's going to be throw you out, which then allows me... I don't care about you, Azir, which allows me then to throw Trundle out next turn. And then I do have a big heal. It's just whether or not it's going to all be worthwhile in the end, because all the Deuses... Okay. We can at least smash them down. If they've got nothing else in hand, we'll at least be able to smash some damage into Azir. Okay, no, they can't go forward with more. And, ooh, it's a big move! Oh, Azir's basically going to be leveled, like, immediately. Like, literally, Azir is basically going to get leveled, like, immediately. And, like, there's nothing I can do about it. Okay. So they go forward with just this, I'm guessing. Yep. So, Azir is basically already leveled at this point. I'm going to keep the other one back for the time being, but we all know that it's not looking good. It's not looking good. Troll chance, and we've got things that we can throw out, and we got to send straight on 7 kill to Nexus, but it's not exactly good enough. I'm gonna throw you. I want units which have got some form of stats to defend, even though, like, it's gonna get to the point where their defense doesn't even matter. So, okay, we'll throw forward you. Hope. So,
you are children of shurima.
I can still throw you forward. Not that it really does anything, but I can still throw you forward. Just because, you know, he can survive that, I guess. Okay. So I can't stop all of that from going in, but what I can do is I've got 7 kills. I can try. I know that even 1 step forward is significant. The order is given. So
you cannot escape.
We cannot escape, but we can try.
You got a problem?
We can try our best to at least like keep some form of health and dignity. So we'll go like this, even though we know that they've got so many different, like, you know, dances and all this nonsense. Okay, of course, Whimsy. So I don't even get to keep the one who I was hoping I was going to get to keep. Okay. We'll throw out you, and then we then enter the game of hope. Big policy, do I hold you back until I've actually used some Ancestral Boons? Like, obviously we're not going to get you next turn, it'll be the turn after. I do have a big... I feel like I actually just need units. I need units of defense. Karma would be lovely if you could come out at some point soon. Okay, we can at least level. We can at least level our big boy.
It's always cold in the
Also, can at least give myself a little tiny bit more health. Tiny bit more health, and actually make it so that those Ancestral Boons could actually mean something. Obviously, it would mean a lot more with Karma, but that's a bum ton of damage. How does one describe a bum ton? So I'm weird to do that because I know that I've got one of these. So I'm taking a lot. This is a lot, considerable a lot. I could remove Azir. I do still have 2 Deuses that are still going to be going forward and causing me a lot of pain, and I could theoretically use this now and then grab Azir just so that the things are not going to be as buff, or I could use this and then buff up my deck. Like, I feel that probably either way is the wrong answer. But a big part of me is considering doing this, trying to kill Azir. That is literally the whole purpose of doing this, is although that would be a better move later on, I'm going to do this to try to kill Azir right now. I know it's probably not going to work. That's fine.
Behold the reward.
Behold the reward of... Because the thing of it is that's now just buffed. That's now just buffed them anyway. So what we were trying to do is stop some buffs from going in. Turns out we've still let some buffs go in.
Down.
Okay. So on the plus side, we killed Azir. On the negative side, those sand soldiers are still buffed, so it's almost like nothing. It's almost like I did nothing. We've got a big ass heal. We can actually start. I mean, that's not the one you want to see. That is not the one that you want to see. So I can defend myself against that elusive. But I feel like I need to defend myself against this elusive. But then, right, so I do have a straight up heal like that I can use. So let's try and be smart. I know that it's hard for Gomez to be smart, but let's try to be smart. Regardless of the fact that I cannot comprehend and actually do it. Okay. We'll go like this. I know that I could technically... I could technically Ancestral Boon again. Just because I might as well at this stage in the game. Because then we can do the big buff into my health. Oh, see, you might be able to come back into this. So, I've got big problems. I've got big boy problems. But as I said, we will have to deal with them as we do. We can still use this. So that's why I'm less concerned about the fact that I'm not going to be enlightened, is because I can still be enlightened. So we'll throw you out, because bearing in mind, like, obviously all it takes is an Azir or Irelia or something along those lines, or just straight up just keep dancing. They can keep dancing the dance on me. So I can throw you out and still throw this out, which is important, because that's my overwhelm. So
Each a grain of sand in a mighty desert.
obviously we have problems, but getting ourselves enlightened. The enlightenment.
My wisdom.
And now, I mean, you know what? We might be able to get through this. So we're gonna heal ourselves up to maximum and still doing damage and forcing them to have to defend self. Now, admittedly, we do still have elusive that we can't cover. And obviously we've got a bum ton of sand soldiers who are slightly buffed. I said all it takes is them top decking an Azir, an Irelia, or potentially a voice of the, like, we might actually, like, you know, when we went into this match, I was like, this is done. We might actually be able to do this, you know. Like everyone's saying, Gomez, you fool, what are you doing? You're never going to be able to beat these, these guys. What are you doing here? We might actually be able to beat these guys. So, full sense of heals. I could have done my heals a little bit further on so that I could have actually maximized my heals, but let's face it. But send them out to my opponent! We beat them with this silly deck! I mean, glorious times. I can't describe. So, Sivir with Renekton, but with, what's his face? I don't think I've seen it with Noxus. Where have I seen it with? I've seen that deck a bit, but I don't remember Noxus being the second region. But obviously I can understand whispered words and whatnot for draw, potentially, or just like buffs that can come out. So I think like Demacia, that's where I normally see it in. That's where I normally see it, but this seems to be a far more aggressive version of this deck. Far more aggressive version. Okay, Sentry at least gives me so that I get to trade this off so that they don't get that. That's fine. That is fine. I can still do this. Give myself a little tiny bit of draw. I don't have any of my like immediate ramp, which is a little bit distressing, but we will hopefully find ramp. At least that's a little bit of ramp. Not the best amount of ramp, but it's a little bit of ramp.
I will play my part.
So they're gonna definitely be grabbing you with quick attack, so that this dies and doesn't even do any damage. So yeah, again, no ramp.
I found something special for you.
Okay.
It's special.
I'm gonna throw you out just for draw. Always trying to find a gift for Renekton this one.
Treat.
So
Face your
I can at least trade off the other one so that he's not getting quick attack anymore, but that's a lot of damage still to take. Trundle can drop, but it might be a little bit too late for Trundle. We've got buffs for Trundle. I need like Troll Chant or something like that just to make me feel that little bit more secure. But I do need to throw Trundle out here. Obviously, they can have another gift for Renekton and force Trundle away, or they can like do so many different other problems to me. I mean, they're just going straight in with damage, which does make a lot of sense. I mean, why the hell not, right? At this stage in the game, why not just go fully all in on damage? I can throw down the lifesteal unit. Obviously, it doesn't look like we're going to be able to. Okay. So, all I've got is that. Still taking a lot and going down to 1. So still going down to 1. All it takes is one singular buff, which... or damage. Or just straight up, yep, death. Death has come for me. Shadow mode to my opponent. Like, really well thought out deck. Like, especially like throwing Noxus in there, because I know that I've seen that with Demacia. But honestly, really well played to my opponent. I had no chance there. I got decimated. Gonna get rid of you. Gonna keep the ramp. Gonna keep this ramp as well, actually. Keep the elusive draw. So, ramp. Hope. GG. That's the plan. It'll be fine, don't worry. So, kind of want to keep the mana because I know that I've got this. So part of me is considering just like I could throw down this and then go forward, but I'm feeling to myself next turn. So next turn is gonna be throwing down you. Turn after is gonna be throwing down this. So we see Omen Hook buffs are happening. We can take that damage because we're gonna be healing for free anyway. Okay. Can actually still throw you down and still throw this. So, ramp is happening, people. Don't worry. Do not fret. Scar Grounds is not good, though. Do a little bit of damage. Do a little bit of ramp. I hope that I find Karma and Ancestral Boon. That's what we're after right now. These are the cards. We're looking for Karma and Ancestral Boon as we're slowly but surely getting ourselves closer and closer. Closer and closer. We can actually use this now. This does give us a mana crystal as well as like, you know, obviously like helping us keep our elusive damage. So there is actually slight call for doing this. Okay. And throwing you down because you technically can, if they go forward with the Ember Maiden, be an option. Obviously damage and then heals. So we can basically become Enlightened, which is good. But also, so it is good, but also not good because I don't have the cards that I really want for my Enlightenment.
Tonight, Varg.
We go forward like this because there's 6/6s with Overwhelm. So this is going somewhat okay, but also my opponent has got some really good cards, potential Troll Chants and whatnot that could come out. So forcing damage. They're down to halfway there. We do have like, you know, some really nice things, but we're after Karma and Ancestral Boon. That's what we're after. Karma, Ancestral Boon. Damage going in here. Ow. It's okay. We can take Omen Hawk. Throw down you. We could even go for draw. I would love to have taken more damage, which I guess maybe more damage is coming. Okay. Braum is on the job. So, willing to accept throwing stones down here. So I have a multitude of problems. Mostly they can just pass. They could just pass and allow the damage to go in. But my shield is my sword. They want Braum. They want to help Braum level immediately. And I guess they want me to trade off this card. Potential what's his face? I mean, I'll take that because at least that's a trade that wouldn't have happened because obviously they could have died. don't really want to be wasting this, but I need draw. So, I will take draw, please. Okay. Draw into draw is nice. Draw into draw is nice. I need to give me myself some options here. The deck potentially needs more draw. But Ancestral Boon is nice just because I'm going to do it because if we don't draw card, okay. It's okay, it's okay. The plus side, we can go forward with you. Start causing some problems. I mean, obviously my opponent is wider on me. They also have an Ancestral Boon. Okay. Ancestral Boon. Throwing more things. Problems. Problems everywhere. Not a drop to drink. That's a lot of problems. Okay. All I can do is hope my opponent doesn't immediately go forward. They probably do, because it makes too much sense to immediately go forward for them not to immediately go forward. Okay, minus 12. So, can you in front of here. Throw you in front of here. We live on 2. I guess we want to do it
Too late for you.
this way round. Live on 2. Can actually do this so that we're living on slightly more health. Throw down. Because the problem is potential Braum is on the job. Like what I expect to see is my opponent use take heart on top of this unit. Like I massively expect to see it. I hope I don't. Or troll child. Okay, so they still keeping this unit alive. I was hoping I was gonna kill it. Okay, so hope is like we need to do something next turn to survive. I wish you could play 2 of these. Sadly, their mana is so much that you can't play 2. Karma is, I think, my only option for potential. Of course, we don't find Karma. Okay. Throw down you and go forward. I don't think that we can do enough damage to them because of the toughness. They have got a lot of toughness. So, I'm only doing this, but obviously they can get past this. Like they can make sure they don't take a lot of damage by this. So the 5 damage that would have been gained, like so the that would have been 6. So we would have done 3 damage to them, right? Correct. Yeah, we would have done 3 damage to them, which obviously wouldn't have been much. But we are dying. We are dying because of this anyway. Shout out to my opponent. Really well played. We did what we could, people. So, get rid of you. Get rid of you. Gonna get rid of the Ancestral Boon. We want to keep you going on for now. Trundle is actually really nice because obviously Trundle with his regeneration could be a nice unit to just like be able to like hold. So, right, you next turn going. That's fine. I'll take that damage. So, next turn going into stones. Or we could even go for a Shadow Assassin. But we want to be ramping. The whole idea of the deck is ramp, followed by significant buff. That's the plan. We stick to it. We can actually throw Trundle down this turn. So they're most likely going to grab you. So I'd rather throw Trundle down and know that Trundle was down. So, yep, that dies. It was to be expected. Problem is that it means that any ramp that I throw out is most likely going to immediately hit death. So it's not good. Not good at all. Potential sharp sight and there are actually problems with this. But I will go with it. Single combat, sharp sight, all of that. I really want to throw you down, but I know that you get grabbed. Could consider throwing you. Sod it. So although we could have got the extra damage, which probably would have been the far superior move, would have been to have done that move first. It's okay, I'll convince myself. That's my karma. We lose you. I could throw you in front of this. It's not legitimate. And you could have ways past it.
You got a problem?
I'm gonna do it. So sharp sight, yep. I knew there was really like a good chance of it, but I decided to go and hope. So what we want to do here is we want to be throwing down you. Who does not know the name they're on? We're gonna throw down you. We could have actually thrown down Trundle, which actually wouldn't have been a bad choice. And then we're gonna throw down you. Just so that we're being matter efficient, leaving ourselves the option, but it's not looking good because they can straight up grab you again. Another sharp sight. So I want to throw down Trundle. We're not looking 100% good, but it's not 100% bad either. Though it's kind of bad, but not kind of like we pass. Could throw you out. Just so I've got more things going on the board. I know that you're not. I know that we're not enlightened yet, but we hold. Throw down pillar. It's a lot of karma. We've literally got like all the karma I can ask for.
End them.
So, throw down you on top of this. Except, obviously, I need to hope that you live. You probably don't live, but I need to hope that the stones live. It's my best chance here. If the stones can live, we might actually be able to do something, but it's whether or not they can. We will find out on the next exciting episode of Dragon Ball Z. Sod it, we're going to throw all the pillars out, because we want to try and force their moves out. We want to try and force out whether or not they've got concerted strikes, and okay, that's fine. I mean, we need to, I can stop it. I should have probably kept the ability to stop. Okay. Now the question is, do I throw Karma out this turn? Or I'm almost willing to wait. I'll see whether or not they've got another concerted strike right now. Single combat. That's fine. So, I mean, but the thing is that because they could still have another single combat, by the way. That's the level up on Shyvana. Oh, is this going to be the move which Gomez is going to regret? You know for a fact this is going to be the move that Gomez is going to regret, isn't it? What's the chances that another one of those cards is single combat right now? What are the chances? It's going to be fine, right? It's going to be fine. I believe this is going to be perfectly fine. Okay, so, troll chance. Here we go. We're enlightened! So, we now throw back the karmas. It's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. We now throw the karmas into the deck and buff the karmas. So, throw karma. Throw the karmas. Get a bump down. Ooh, yo. This actually is going to work out very nicely, potentially. Hopefully. This works out so well. Okay. Potential overwhelm everywhere, but we want to be using Ancestral Boon. Still giving ourselves options. This might, you know what? I think we're gonna bloody do it. I think we're gonna bloody do it, you know. So, we want to be throwing out. Grab you. Bow to your king. We do have Elixir of Irons. We've got you. Troll Chance. And also the ability to Whimsy. So, we have got a lot of things. It's whether or not those things are going to be good enough. We'll find out. It might end up being the biggest risk throwing Karma into this. But I'm going to tell myself. So, hush. It's a bit of a shame that Whimsy doesn't work on champions, really, isn't it? So, this doesn't make an exact copy. It does so. Recall which gets an ally to summon an exact ephemeral copy. It's a bit of a shame because obviously I would have wished to have done that so we could have saved your life. I could still throw down the freeze, and I could also still recall you, which wouldn't be a bad option. So straight up recall. So I really wish I could play this because this. Getting double off of Karma with the amount of buffs we've put in the deck, would actually be really funny. So I'd love to do it. I still want to keep options open, obviously, in terms of troll chance and whatnot. So damage, up. See what my opponent does. We can re-throw you back out again. We've still got Elixir of Iron and a couple of things that we could use. So troll chance and whatnot. Straight up freeze. What I told you to freeze. So there's Karma's back. Buffed up Karma, by the way. So they're going to be grabbing. Who do you grab? Ah! You tried to grab my Karma. Ah, Jojo. We're going for straight up freeze. You told me to freeze. So there's that move that we go with first. See what they do. How do you react? So, it's fine. It's okay. We throw more Karmas back, but I also do actually want to try to be getting some of my other units right now. So, I pass. Obviously, problems, but we've still got Whimsy. We've got a number of... the comedy is when you double Whimsy, that unit stays Whimsied. So, Whimsy! Oh no! Share them out to the opponent! See, look! The deck can work! So, we are against Vladimir with Switch It. So, it's kind of like Scargrounds, only not. But I'm guessing that they've definitely got Ember Maiden in that deck. Like, Ember Maiden makes too much sense. I'm actually going to keep my turn 1 and turn 2. I don't like... I've got a little bit of ramp with heals here. I would normally, like, go for all my ramp. But, Robbie's on the job. Throw down my Open Hook. Start with a little bit of buff scan into this deck. I actually want to save some mana right now, because obviously... the more mana I save means that I can get some spells like this ramp spell out, which means that I could even ramp spell into Trundle next turn. There's the Scargrounds, so I want to ramp into Trundle next turn. Then go into potentially more ramp. This is what this deck is all about. I feel like the deck needs a little bit more draw. There's Karma, which is very nice to see. But other than that, I really do think this deck is really fun. It's not a competitive deck by any means. But in terms of comedy, I do like it when you get Karma and the Ancestral Boons going together. Really does become a really fun deck. I would go forward, but I feel, I don't know, like there's something in me that's telling me they've still got that much mana. There's a chance they could have buff spells that I'm not willing to attempt. So there's Vladimir. I wish that I had buff spells. I could throw Karma out, but Transfusion is a thing and whatnot, so not really willing to do that. I'm feeling like I want to use Cold Resistance on top of Trundle, but at the same point, it's knowing that I am going to be causing myself issues. So, just because... actually, no, you're going to be going up in damage because of that. We might as well do the damage into what's his face and use this. Hope that's enough. Obviously, Transfusion could still come in. Like I know that Transfusion could still come in and yep. Or some form of buff, like some form of even just damage. Yep, Ice Shard just to get their guy up and then just go boom. So Vladimir does his damage in. I get his health down, but it's getting very much close to the point where he does actually just level and starts regenerating himself back up again. So I'm gonna throw you out just because I need blockers. I need a little bit more buff. So Vladimir's about to level when they throw down their next unit. Because basically, all I need to be able to do is, if I can just get myself to 10, Karma with Winter's Breath does solve a lot of my issues. But it's getting there and staying alive up until that point that's going to be the hard bit. So I kind of need to throw everyone out, mostly to block and hope that they've got no way of overwhelming. That's all I can do. That's I mean, oh crap, what am I doing? What am I doing? I should have grabbed you. Why didn't I mean, I guess actually the transfusion troll chant. There were so many different ways that they could have still actually got round it. I'm actually kind of glad I didn't go for the chance because I would have ended up hating myself, I'm sure. Okay, so we want to throw Karma out this turn, going into Winter's Breath. So many issues that potentially come for me, and I'm going to die. And all has gone terribly wrong. But I need to give it a go. So we need to block you. Problems. Multiple problems. Okay. Karma. We can still actually throw Karma down and deny, so there is that. But yeah, we want to throw Karma down going into Winter's Breath. And hope that we can find solutions after that point. Because now we do have the Ancestral Boons as well. The Ancestral Boon is very nice, obviously, but then it's then the draw. It's the draw that becomes the thing. So, obviously, for all we know, they could have thrown in a couple of copies of Bloody Business. They could have actually thrown in some counterplay. Like, I don't know exactly whether or not they have thrown in Bloody Business or something like it, but they definitely could have. So, Battle Fury. If only you were elusive, Karma would do it. That's their level up on Karma. So, we have to. We have to use Winter's Breath. It is the only move which gives me a slight chance of redemption. The slightest of chances, and then we can go in with throwing Karma back into the deck and Ancestral Boon. Or we could even throw out the Shadow Assassin just so I've got a blocker next turn, because obviously I don't know what the hell my opponent's going to be throwing out. But that's boom! Everything dead on their side of the field! And now we let the buffs go in. The buffs go in. I don't 100% know what the hell's going to come at me. Obviously Sejuani could drop, which would be devastating.
We'll take what we want.
That's fine. I can kind of live with that. I'm thinking to myself, do I want to throw out the Shadow Assassin? But we'll throw this down. Hope that we get like Whimsy or something. Oh, I mean, to be fair, another one of these is very nice. And then we'll throw out the Ancestral Boons. Boom, baby. So that is +8. Like literally, because that's happening twice, we are giving everyone +8 in the deck. So prepare to be enlightened. Right. Now it's just a matter of hoping that we can draw the units that we need. Okay. Shadow Assassin will give us some form of draw. It's nice the fact that I know that I've got this, so I actually can save Karma's life. Oh, look at that. Now this is... And bear in mind, we do have the Lifesteal unit and the Overwhelm units. That's why... That's like, you know, I kind of feel... These old eyes still see... Look at how good these old eyes see! With my old eyes, I see wide and clear. I could actually throw Winter's Breath out again. Now the fact that they've got... You know what? We just do it. Because they've wasted all of their mana here. So, Winter's Breath! Winter's Breath! This could be the concede! Oh, Shadowmote to our opponents! Look, this deck is devastating! When it gets going, Shadowmote, really well played. Can't beat that one, can you, Yugi?
Flash of brilliance that could save me. Save me! That doesn't save me. Okay. Is there anything from you? Save me. That doesn't save me! Okay. Get rid of this and get rid of this. Find something that can save me.